Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
Directly heading into the action, pardon that, order on the CT site. The lads who just have picked up a win over on Mirage are now going to show us what they're capable of doing on this map here. That's going to be Nuke. Imagine. Oh, just going to wait it out. Finds only one. That's very unfortunate for him, as it looked like there was more on the line. To his left and to his right. Players are waiting it out, but of course the patience reigns supreme. Sterling and his crew. They are now here to take Nuke. They have previously picked up one win, or a few wins, pardon that. Especially against Greyhound and Ground Zero. That could be worth mentioning. This round will hardly deliver too much. I mean, I doubt it, to put it that way. There you go. Hazard. Gonna take Zeph. I mean, those two CTs. I mean, I like Haz, but it's Barrel. What? Comes up, says hello, jumps down. Totem X7 gets ints down. Pardon, the other way around. Delay. There we go. I love that he called himself. When he originally created a Faceit name, his original Faceit name was Sniper in HD. I think we don't really need to discuss how usually CT-sided this map was. Or is, more like. I mean, it used to be even more CT-sided, we know about that, but either way. This round hardly having any impact to the system. The steps have been heard. I mean, they got the information. They probably don't have the tools. Unfortunately, don't have the tools to really change too much up with this. And it's Infalls first. This B-side belongs to Avant. No real problems occurred so far in the process. Seems like they all just done it by the book. No serious PSs. They won't do a major difference. Talk about the previous map again. Saw especially on the side of Order Ins to play a pivotal role. We might remember the bench play where he not only had frags, but he had major impact. In that massive role he played ended with an ADR of 90 and a rating of 1.36. The funny part really about Order was that everybody was quite balanced outside of Ins, who was a little over the top. As the one CT came from behind. Hard attack for one of the opponents. Either way, now there's finally the buy. Order accumulated big bucks to now show us what they're made of. I'm very much looking for what the approach of Avant will be. Some aim themselves up silo. Seth waits in the counterpart of the hut. But seemingly very outside interested they are. And with those mollies and the smokes coming in, they've really cleared this out bit by bit. Every single Molotov is pretty much showing us that they don't want anyone just waiting up the stairs, which is a brilliant idea then to do it with the mollies, of course. It takes a lot of utility. One frag though found by the AWP from Alistair. His aggressive op pays off again. Second frag found. Waits patiently for more to come. The one on the back of Hazard, who so far, well, has not moved too much. Tries to do it now to take with his teammates the A site. The awareness is there. The flashbang is going to come in, but nobody had the player from Heaven on the radar. Doesn't even change the matter of fact that it works. And this is so unfortunate. Soju, I think it was, back on Heaven, who should have gotten the frag, and nevertheless, nobody was even sure that he was coming. Nobody saw him on the map, and suddenly, he whiffs the shots. Already the first time on Avant. I'm not quite sure if it, I mean, surely it's about talking, but either way, it's very interesting to see that one, because they also could just try to take a bit of momentum out of order. So, frags are coming in. Avant, they seem to have an obstacle now in their way, which is called Alistair. Frags looking solid ever since. And that they already got the lobby control is quite helpful. This should give them somewhat of an idea that actually B-side could become a problem. We see the jump from Imagine. Very nice to have that. This is so unfortunate. Imagine earlier spotted because the door opened. I'm there for pushing down ramp. It's so narrow choke points to get out of, really. It's so narrow, and you're blocking your teammate and so on and so on. It's not that easy. They're still pushing out and making that work to some degree. Hope for one mistake by Avant. But look how disciplined they wait in their positions. They're so disciplined. No mistake. Not single one. it goes. Hats finding 2 frags. It's the Order side who definitely want to get as many CT rounds as possible. I mean, this sounds like basic knowledge. It basically is basic knowledge. We know how important the CT side is. Those CTs somewhat sleepy in some sense in the beginning of this, especially when we consider it's their map pick. Either way, only Sterling to change it now around. And I hear it's defuse initiated. Sterling needs to come around. The smokes are too good. And Alistar's ripping his hat off. So the fun part is here, Avant has a very small sample size on this map, which means we can't really tell you I can't tell you a clear picture, a clear tendency. You know, smaller sample sizes mean less maps, and they might all have the same outcome. And then when we talk about though Avant's separation, Avant's balance on CTT, it's nearly 70-30 when it comes down to CTT. 70-30, 70% of the CT rounds. No, pardon, 70% of the rounds they win are CT rounds. That's the way I want to put it. Now Order trying to bring some order into the game. The fun part would be, and that is for what the team right now needs, it would be finally a few rounds on the board. Looked like the no-scope would come in, but Alistar not hitting at the right time. He knows, and so therefore no kill found. The CTs would need a few consecutive rounds by now. The thing is, Avant is not really into that. Not 1 second. The attention he takes. Seth, can he react in time? Peeks around, knows about another. Does he finally get it for the smoke? Not till now. There it is. It works. Both got a kit, no smoke. Making it also problematic. It's Sterling. Oh, this is so unfortunate. He's pushing through. He's pulling this through. Sterling, he's not there in time. Order get the third. And this is finally a few rounds on the board. I mean, surely they're getting a okay losing bonus. And besides that, also the bomb plant bonus. But either way, Order not only needs rounds, they need to bring their opponent on the economic knees. Avant picked Mirage earlier. Sinister times over there. Could have looked way much better, very honestly. CT's with a buddy system reacting. It's a good bit of control besides that, and an upgrade also into Seth. Yet again, if Avant loses this round, this is all tied up. For Alistair? Okay, then. Stat once more, seems like Avant have it in their hands. A 2 versus 3 always winnable, don't get me wrong. Either way, Sterling is looking for his 13th frag in the game. Number 14 may be up for grabs, it depends. Not happening. Either way, Sterling, outstanding performance so far. 13-3, he's on after 8 rounds with 148 ADR. Performs brilliantly for his squad. And Order gotta scratch their heads and ask themselves, what is happening here? So, very much looking forward to what the Deagle can do. As I close my mouth, Hans finds the first. And Hazard and Co. Yeah, they're just pushing that one down. And of course, they done that with ease. Make it look so easy. And so Sterling, he knows about one player behind the door, even wrecks the door. Rarely see that happening. And now, Alistair, at least a ZZ frag coming in. This is a bit of damage dealt to the Avant economy, who are still having the majority of them on the board. Yet again, no real chance. That's 6-3. This is surprising. I will be very honest with you. This is surprising. Wouldn't have thought that Order struggled so massively with such a great track record on it. Patience it is. No real chance for the CTs to do anything about that. I mean, at least, again, finding those frags is quite decent. Alistair, looking very much for what he's able to provide. Yet again, Mr. Alistair himself sees two, but has been spotted in the meantime. Oh, come on. There you go. No, not yet. As the CTs, I mean, finally take their first time out, really. I mean, you have to say finally, because they themselves, you could say, have a bit of a problem. I mean, I would put it that way. Simply because the thing which I don't like right now is that, considering this is your own map pick, you would expect them to have a bit of a better astute and sophisticated play, because on the other side I also think they must know reround Avant, simply due to the reason that, you know, that you're in the local scene basically, and this is where I would expect Order, who have already picked their opponent's map, who already won that, to actually, you know, take that home now easily. But maybe that's just my wild assumption. Maybe I'm wrong. Some say God's plan. The way. It's the CT site. They got just a great op with Alistair, who does a good bit of the job, but on the other side, Order, yet again, some of the aggressions on outside, for example, we've seen were a little bit debatable, to put it that way. As they are, again, outside, Sterling and co have gotten a good bit of control. Alistair now takes the higher ground. Nice, just sniping down one. So unfortunate, the no-scope works! And unbelievably, he's looking for more. And then it is just finally Order stepping in. Order on the A site. Avant still have accumulated so much money, they should be able to get a win out of this. Wait, I mean, after a proper buy, to put it that way, pardon me. So frac number one comes in. That's finally Order getting an entry. Yet again. Looking very much forward. How that one's gonna work. There you go. Ints taking the aggression in, and it seems like on the right track they are. Yeah, so goddamn needed by now. High ground from Ints. Yet again, the frags are here for Order. Only Sterling to now remain on the site, pardon, on the server. As there, Avant have to accept that now economic draw is coming their way. I mean, the eco seems inevitable, to put it that way. And is it really Order bouncing back into this? It would be so damn needed. Talking about that. All those Glocks. Hard to imagine they're gonna make that work. But some say never say never. And as some say never, you still gotta watch out. Here comes one. That's Hazard taken out. Those pistols, they desperately look for one. I mean, it would be nice to have. Talking about it, how in God's name did Alistair just hit that? A cannon. Fine. And this means order finally bounced back here. Which is a bit weird though that it takes that long on the CT side. Somewhere where you would more likely expect them to reign supreme 24/7. They directly go on the site into Cole. Can they find more? It does look a little sinister here as the Molotovs force Alistair away. The AWP can't strike. And yet again, to point that out, Avant, on paper, one of the extremely stronger teams on a CT site. And terrorists getting the final player as they flawlessly get through. No real problem. Sterling and Cole go outside it again. Is there a gap in it? No, Alistair won't see too much. He still shoots him for the smoke, and unbelievably, that makes it work, and it looked solid and strong. Unbelievable how this even worked. Alistair needs to be a little bit cautious though. Is anyone getting close to him or not? He peeks a little wider and finds another frag. He plays such an important role at the moment, and he is pretty much saving them from a worse outcome right now. Talking about a worse outcome, losing this round, of course, would be a worse outcome for Avant. And in the meantime, Hazard gets Has in the end. It's still debatable. It comes so much down to just him. Just wanted to mention, imagine. Falls though down. And dying like that is no fun. Holy Zeph, but he is already expected, and his life expectancy dropping down to 0. Haven't. I'm honestly surprised. I have to be very honest. Let's see what Order can do. Honestly, looking forward to that. Let's see what Order can do. Something I so desperately look forward to finally figure how good they're going to play this out. Either way, that is already A side secured. Either way, frags are coming in. Order are not here to fool around anymore. They know that they need so desperately to find another few on their own map pick if they don't want to bring it to the third. It's at least one kill. I mean, this is Chris playing. This raises the question, where did then M go? But either way, getting away from him. Let's see how much further Order will go with this. The CT side, extremely beneficial on paper for every team that plays this. Besides that, and that has to be pointed out, it has to be just simply pointed out that I think, and this is the problem for me, that Order let this slack for too long. We saw them in the beginning phase to get someone in the right direction. There you go, hats. Yeah. Problematic. So shockingly problematic. Avant, they mean business. So we see Sterling and Co still want to fight back in this. They still try so hard to deny any further access. The molly worked brilliantly, but I'm sure they don't know about a player flanking around. Bomb hits it now. And as I say, they don't know about a player flanking around. They got not a single clue. And this is where it gets uncomfortable. This is where it gets a bit problematic. This is where you don't want to see mistakes happening. Alistair's flank is so brilliant. Problems still occur. Alistair is the only one to turn this around. And Avant, do they make it work? He has a kit and he could pull it through, but the patience from Alistair. No peeking, waiting for the sound. Here the cue comes, and he needs to peek now. Still patiently waits. Oh, and he hears him nearby. And then he starts to peek, but he realizes there's not enough time. And this is so close for Order. As Avant, yet again to the previous round, can't afford to buy something up. Looking very much forward to what we're going to see next. Right, nades coming in from, this is so shocking. I mean, Order looking sloppy, period. It's looking so sloppy, but Hazard, unbelievable free K he gets, and ends shrugging, scratching his head, asking yourself, what in God's name is happening here? The CT side where they obviously prevail. those weapons, you hardly get anything done. The AUG meat grinder has started. And yet again, I think we're going to go on map number 3. So, a bomb down is shocking. The bomb, though, only defended by 2. Seems a little unrealistic, and... Oof, okay, then. I mean, Kid is on 2 out of 3 players. Needs to be a perfect spray down. As I say, it's... no real chance. And Alistair prays to the Lord that he's even going to survive another day. It happens, though. Let's see. I mean, order. Eco this. Force next. As the AUG, yet again, shows its dominance on this map and proves how much it's worth. Full round difference. And honestly, it's a little sad to see both Ins and Hads not perform on the other side. Ins who had a major impact over there on Mirage. They most definitely try to look for a little more. I honestly believe Avant, they seem to get it in their hands. They push from outside. Imagine once you get another kill, does make that work. A is vulnerable, but you should always watch about where the flanks are coming in. Doesn't work in the end. They have an op strike. Same goes for the FAMAS. HP wise, it's looking sinister. The bomb's still in the hands of Order, so they could switch up their strat. As the Patience is there, finds the rotator. Nevertheless, the bomb is about to be defused. Sterling is going to pull through. Is he going to be there on time? It's 1 more second. And you think he denied himself. So unfortunate. Order. You can really just sigh there because it's somewhat unfortunate. And the why I'm saying this is basically because it was the T site that collapsed, CT site collapsed so massively. And I necessarily didn't need to see that. So, patience is there. The patience is going to pay off. Oh, imagine! What are you doing? Nearly whiffing all those shots. He still is on free frags. Defuse not yet initiated. He goes for it. He sees the player. Is he going to stab him? No! What are you doing, Imagine? How are you missing that? What an heartbreak! And this is pretty much summing up the story of Order on Nuke. How do you recover from that? This must be breaking your heart. If you're not putting a check mark after Nuke by now, I don't know. Oh. Absolutely. I don't know. Oof, and when you suddenly realize that nothing really works for your side anymore, things start to look a bit more sinister. The CTs again prevail. Not only is Hazard, suddenly it's only Hazard, but as I say this, it's also only Alistair. That one now works with ease. Order. You bounce back now. With what we see, Avant hardly having anything in the bank accounts right now. With that being said, hardly having anything in your bank accounts, I honestly doubt that things are gonna work. I honestly doubt that Order are gonna prevail long term. The flaws they had, the flaws we've seen, were just too big. That's what it seemed like, at least. As it looks like it, Avant will just try to deal damage. No real damage, no done, obviously. Oh, the flashbang was quite brilliant. Shooting the bullets before you even go around the corner is debatable. Either way. Nobody died. This is helping their situation from an economic basis. Either way. as frags. The pistols are coming in. You can't make you can't make this up. Please not again. I beg the Lord, don't let this be happening. As you right now see, the problems might start to occur. Patience is there, and Avant, their patience is key because waiting after the smoke fades seems like to be worth an idea. Alistair takes the damage through the smoke as well. This is absolute madness. Absolute madness. And you know those 5-7s and a deagle in combination, they can do massive things. Talking about it. There, it's shut down. As it's slowly and steady coming down ramp yet again. The Ox everywhere, left, right, and center. They reign supreme. And Saf and Alistair. So saddening. It is somewhat saddening because Order seemed to have a perfect idea on Mirage, a quite decent idea on Mirage. Looked like they were pretty much safe to get a 2-0 on their own map pick now, where the statistics are just speaking for them, but not working right now. Let's see. Order. 4 rounds away from getting into OT. 4 rounds away from even buying a lifeline on Nuke. Seems somewhat unrealistic. And where did the focus of Order go? I mean, those are small little details, which you might not really want to focus on too much, but either way. Hazard comes up. It's a nice high ground from Imagine. Sterling, though, reacts right and takes down Hats on outside. The patience. It was just waiting like, hold on. Is that actually an opponent or not? And we might see Order now fail. To some degree, not only to some degree, it seems to work out overall. Bomb down, Ince the last man standing. Avant, with what a performance overall. Their CT site near flawless. And then we're going map number 3. It is map number 3, and we will just be right back with that. Stay tuned. See you in a second.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.